Hey everyone, it's me again, out here on the porch. Sorry, I have a neighbor over there playing with his RC car back and forth, so you can hear that. But figuring out how far off the porch is, I'll show you how I did it. So I put a square in the corner here, where it should be. You can already tell right there how much further we're out going that way. And then I measured off the square to the laser level, or the laser marker. It's actually a level, but what that allows me to do is I can measure. Hold on. You can see the laser hit my tape measure. I can measure over here and get about, we'll say 9.5, just to make things simple. It's actually a little less than that. It's about 9 inches. So I know from the laser to the square front is 9 inches, but we want to measure from the back. So we'll say 10.25. So we have 10.25 inches to the laser to the edge of where the wood should be across here. So I go across here, you'll see the laser line showing up here. I can take my tape measure up to the laser line and show her at 14 inches over here. And it just gets worse as I go down. So the big question was this pylon correct or not? And if you look, I just stick a tape measure in there, no real point. You can see I'm at least 4 inches off, 4.5 inches off here. And of course that's no good. So when they did this, they cut this piece right here too long and then didn't set this piece in here straight, so everything didn't fall on top of the rock. So instead they put these little standoffs here on both sides. Couldn't quite figure it out, and that's an issue. They even put one there. It's awesome. Basically, I mean, what gives sight on that? I mean, look at that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say here is I'm going to have to take this board and move it over till it's square, or 5 inches. Roughly 4 to 5 inches. I'll do it more accurate when it's not blowing and like 30 degrees out. Once I do that, I've got to cut a new board for it. I have a 2x20, I think, out in the garage, or 2x24. And what I'll do is I'll cut ears over the top of the rock on both sides. The whole thing needs to come up 3 inches because right now they used a 2x6 for this long of a span isn't the greatest. And two, the deck has too much of a slope to it. You can see that right here. I mean, it's basically from up there, we'll start at 0, all the way down here, there's 3 inches, which is way too much. It only needs to be a 1/4 inch per foot. So, technically I should only about, 1.5 inches, depending on what the length of this is, to the edge here, drop. And that's at the joist level, or if you have decking on it, it's at the decking level. Either way, I mean, it's got to be down a little bit just to be able to shed water and make sure it doesn't shed back into the house. The other thing I have to do is this board right here, I'm going to completely replace. Obviously it's not thick enough to do the job, and I'll have to, I think I have enough there to do this end with that bigger piece of wood. The only problem is trying to find another piece of wood that's that thick. I'll have to contact my wood guy, see if he has another one, another couple, because I'm going to have to replace this one here. Again, this one's a 2x6. It's not that long, but all they did was they attached another 2x6 underneath, thinking that would be enough. And then there's a support here. I got a support in the corner here. That's not being supported, so I'll technically need 2 to 3 pieces along this to support that edge, which supports this entire structure here. And then this side, I'll have to do the same thing. This is original wood under here, but I'll have to go through and see how they notched it. I'll have to go through and get another piece and re-notch it. And then I'll have to build out all this to lift that back up. That corner is almost correct right now. So this corner, when I go to measure everything, I can lift everything up as one piece. And even put it's just down a little bit. But right here is where I gotta lift up. You see this is a lot higher than that. It's about 1.5 inches. And there's not very good connection here. Obviously we've got a heck of a gap there. And there's so much steel in that, it's not even funny. So I'll have to get a piece of steel that goes around the edge here. Then also find one that goes right here. Probably one that goes right here too. So there'd be 3 pieces of steel in this just to support it. Like that. And sorry, messing up with this. And lift this middle section up, which will lift that whole edge up and line everything back up. Then it's a pretty simple process of lifting this whole section up by this one beam that's there in the middle. It goes like that across and kind of supports everything. And that sits on top of this pile of rock. So this one isn't as bad, as in I've been working on it, so it's a lot better than the other one. But this is really bad. I mean, you look up here and this is sitting way leveler, way more level than this side. See how I kind of have a dip like that in there? And then that one kind of looks straight, but it's not. It slips off really bad on every corner. So it's all got to be reset. That wood here is probably from 1894. That piece there. That was the original. That's how they leveled it. Right here. That's how they originally did it. Anyway, this will be starting soon. Just kind of taking it piece by piece. Like I said, I think I have enough wood to do this side. And then this will be up another probably 1.5 inches before I'm done with it. So I'll have to figure out something to support this while I get the other wood I need for it. Anyway, look for more videos like this coming up soon. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and be safe. That virus going around is no joke.